This is Module 9 review. Let's take a look at number 1 and solve this problem. So, which value of b makes the equation b divided by 4 equal 12 true? So you can either do a guess and check method, that is fine on this one, or if you just want to go straight into it to figure out what it is, you would do this. We'd multiply 4 on both sides. 12 times 4 is 48, so b equals 48. That's this answer right here. Number 2, Ellie's new kitten is 4.5 inches long. Her rabbit is 3 2/5 inches longer than her kitten. Which equation can be used to find the length of Ellie's rabbit R? So we're actually on this one is a little different than what we've been doing. We're going to equal to R, and we need to add both of these together so we can find the total amount right here. That was a terrible circle. Sorry about that. Number 3, we're going to select all the values of m that make the inequality m is less than 7.4 true. And in this one, we're going to be finding 2 different ones. So this one, 7.40, is actually the same thing as 7.4. So that does not make it true. This one right here is greater than. But 6.8, I know 6 is less than 7. And I know that 7.09 is less than 7.4. This guy's not true because he's an 8, and 8 is greater than that. Let's look at number 4. Which number line models the solution to the equation 2x equals 8? Now on your paper, a couple spaces down, underneath 5, it says show work for problem number 4 here. So I'm just going to show my work for problem number 4 right here. I have 2x equals 8. The opposite of multiplying by 2 is dividing by 2. And I have to do that on both sides. 8 divided by 2 is 4. So we're looking for the equation that has the dot on 4, which is letter D. Number 5. Mr. Tanaka needs to dig 24 holes to put up fence posts around his lawn. He has already dug 10. Which equation can be used to find how many holes H Mr. Tanaka has left to go? Or is left to dig, I'm sorry. We're going to select all. So that means we're doing more than one. We're going to have 3 this time. And those 3 are going to be 24 minus H. So I took the total amount. If I subtract H, I'll get 10. If I do 10 plus H, I should get 24. And then whatever H is plus 10 is 24. Okay, 6, 7, and 8, you must show work on these 3 problems. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write my problems out. The opposite of dividing by 0.25 is multiplying by 0.25. So D equals whatever I'm going to get here. 5 times 5 is 25. 20, 22. Carry my 0 down here. 10. 8, 9. When I add this together, I get this. However, there's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So I get 1.125. Okay, you can see that the font here is different. It was a harder problem. I changed it for you. The opposite of subtracting by 12 is adding by 12. And when I add this together, 8 plus 2 is 10. So I got a 10 right here. I carried my 1, 2, 3, 4. So I get 40. K equals 40. That looks like a 6, sorry. 40, that's a 0. Then I have 1/8 in equals 40. The opposite of multiplying by 1/8 is dividing by 1/8. Goes away. I divide by 1/8 over here. 40 comes straight down, and I put a 1 under it. Division changes to multiplication, and then I flip my second number. 40 times 8 is 320. So n equals 320. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Number 9. Adrian scored more than 7 points in each of his team's basketball games this season. So more than is our word, and we have 7. How many points could he have scored in each game? So I'm putting my circle at 7. I'm leaving the circle open because it said more than. If I leave it open, that means I'm not including it. More than means I'm going this way. Hopefully yours looks better than mine. And I'm drawing my arrow this way. Sorry, I'm having a hard time keeping it on the line. Because numbers 8, 9, 10, those are more than 7. Okay, number 10. There's 3 problems in number 10. So on the test, this will be 1 point, 1 point, 1 point. So it's worth 3 points. We're going to show our work of all 3 problems here. So I have 6 plus x equals 15. We're going to subtract 6 on both sides. When we do that, 15 minus 6 is 9. So we're going to put our x right here. Okay, the next one we have 24 for x equals 4. If the 2 remaining, because we're not used to having the x on the bottom, I know that 24 divided by 6 is 4. So that's this one. And so hopefully the last one will get us this, but I'm still going to make you do your work. 9x equals 18. The opposite of multiplying by 9 is dividing by 9. 18 divided by 9 is 2. And so we got that right. Okay, number 11. I have a work thing here. You actually do not need to show your work on this one, so kind of scribble it out a little bit. All they're asking us to do is find the equation. We do not have to solve it. Dakota had 36 pieces of candy, so equal to 36. She gave 9 pieces of candy to each. Each means we're going to multiply, of her friends. What equation can be used to find out how many friends F, sorry, I forgot to circle 9 for us, received? So we're going to do 9 times F, and we write it as a big kid. That's 9F equals 36. Number 12. Keegan had 3.25 pounds of flour. After making bread, he had 1.75 pounds of flour left over. So this part, we're going to write an equation. I know I have this number, and it says that we need to use a variable of P. So I used some flour. That means I originally had equal to 3.25. And if I had 1.75, I had to add it to what I used right here, and that gives us that. Okay, now we need to figure out how many pounds he had. So I'm going to solve it down here. The opposite of adding 1.75 is subtracting it. When we add or subtract, our decimals need to be lined up. I'm going to bring my decimal down. 5 minus 5 is 0. I'm going to do some borrowing. 12 minus 7 is 5. And 2 minus 1 is 1. So I have 1.50 or 1.5 pounds. Okay, let's look at 13. We have a rectangle and it measures 96 square inches. We do not know the width, so it gives us W, but we know this side. We're going to write an equation that can be used to find the width of a rectangle. To find the area of a rectangle, we have area equals length times width. The area in this case is 96, so we're going to equal it to 96. We know the length is 12, and we have to multiply it by W because this equation right here says we're going to multiply it together. Okay, so I'm going to solve this. Divide by 12, divide by 12. 96 divided by 12 is 8. Okay, so 8 is our width. 12 is our length. This is asking us perimeter. Remember, to find the perimeter, we're going to add up all the sides. So if this side's 8, this side is 8. If this side is 12, this side is 12. So 12 plus 12 is 24. 8 plus 8 is 16. 10, 2, 3, 4. So I get 40 right here. And it says inches, so 40 inches. That is a kind of a complex problem, so you need to make sure you're studying how to do it. Because if there's one of these on your study guide, chances are there might be one similar to this on your test. Okay, our next one is 14, which is our last one. Carly works less than means this, because that's a less than sign, less than 20 hours per week, helping her grandfather on his farm. We're going to write an inequality to represent how many hours each Carly works on her grandfather's farm each week. When we do an inequality, we're going to start with a variable, h. Our sign is less than because it told us less than, and our number is 20. Now we're going to graph it on the number line. My circle is going on 20. I am keeping it open because it's less than, and less than numbers go on this side. And if you need to, remember, draw the little line there. It's pointing to the left. Make sure if you need to rewatch this video, do it. You can watch other videos from this module. You can also be studying your notes. Your test will look very similar to this tomorrow.